recently won the major in Berlin, and while a lot of people have a dream to become a pro player as well, there are actually a lot of things that Rogue does that you can do in your own ranked games as well. Today I'll show you some good examples, and I'll show you some other good tricks and executes from the major. One thing we have noticed for sure is that Rogue play very well around information, especially with Echo drones. We saw Deepak play Echo on multiple different maps, and multiple different ways as well. He used it to join his teammates in on defense, such as here on Bank, where he helped Spoit to peek the player outside square. Or he drove the Echo drone outside to gain information. This was especially important in the final round because then they knew whereabouts the attackers were heading to. We saw him use his Echo drone up a hatch as well a few times just to get some more information. But this requires you to use Echo a little bit different than you might be used to playing him. This works best if you're playing with people that you know, or if your random teammates seem to listen to calls. You can drone them in or give them so much information by using your Echo drones very well. Due to a recent change to how a defender's utility responds to being outside, you can now actually leave an Echo drone outside for 10 seconds, and that's a lot of time. This means you can easily use it up a hatch or drive it outside. Another great example is where Deepak used the Echo drone to drive outside Oregon main door so Spoit could see for the person behind the van. The drone was outside for a very long time, and I can only imagine the frustration that the player behind the van had when he got C4 from so far. This comes down to another point that I found in Rogue's playstyle. They play together very well. Their communication and teamwork is top notch. If you want to watch more of this and see it yourself how they communicate, I highly recommend you watch the EUL comms videos that Leon Gitz posts on his YouTube channel. Especially in the final round of the grand finals, you'll hear them use the word Michael. Leon explained in a tweet that this is their safe word for people to fall back to safe positions and wait for Leon to call what to do. There's other words they use, but this is simple and clear communication. With communication like that, you can do amazing things, such as this play on Bank. They were aware of the player on the main stairs, they made some sound to cover someone else walking up the main stairs and killing that person. You can even do this in ranked with friends or random teammates. Playing off of each other's gunfire works very well. For example, as soon as you hear your teammate shoot, you swing that player as well. There's no way he can kill the both of you.
That main says push, protected by the castle barricade. He's got info, they gotta go for it.
And there you go, Crine says, I see.
And another teamwork example would be on Skyscraper during the finals. They used a C4 out of the breach at office as a distraction for a run out of the bar door. This requires coordination and communication. And we saw some great things being used against Rogue as well, but they managed to deal with most things very well. This is either adaptation in the same round or in a later round. In the game versus XZ on Oregon, Spirits had a very clever Azami hold in tier 3 of Oregon, basically denying any peak angles from the windows, but creating good angles for himself. Rogue decided to partially ignore that hold and work on the other side of the building. And another great strat we saw was by Face on the border archives objective. They used sense to distract the enemies, thinking it was going to be an archives plant, but they actually planted an armory. Though the next round, Rogue brought the warden to make sure this wouldn't happen again and started pre-firing to the default plant spot as soon as the send screen came in. And of course, something we cannot forget, the amazing clutches from Deepak. The 2 ones on Villa definitely stood out to me the most. A great performance to keep his team in the running, and then afterwards to secure the map.
Manages to find a second, it's 1v2 now. He's got about 15 HP. That's the big one for him. Stepping across here, they hold the angle, but Deepak, Big ET could go huge here. He's holding tight, knows that this plant is going down, but can he get there in time? Cameraman's gonna complete. Big ET finds a huge 4K and Gitbo.
And now let's talk about that final round, because it's unbelievable that this best of 5 finals came down to a single round. And we talked about the Echo drones, giving a lot of information on what the attackers were planning on doing. But there was another crucial decision that Rogue made to win this final round. Well, maybe 2 even. The first one has to be the positioning of the Echo. As you can see, the Echo is sitting in strip. Previously, for a similar site setup in the semifinals versus XZ, the Echo player was set downstairs at the bottom of the main stairs. Around 15 seconds left in the round, you see one of the remaining FaZe players go downstairs to check if they can find the Echo player, knowing that they will need to find him if they still want to win that round. They know he sat there before if they watch the XZ that game. However, the decision to not sit in the same spot helped them win this round. Simultaneously to this happening, Rogue called for everyone to fall back to a safe spot and wait for a call by Leon by using their code word Michael as mentioned earlier on. I personally think these two factors played a huge role in Rogue winning out that final round. But of course, there's a lot more to talk about, and a lot of other amazing tricks and executes from other teams. I asked over on Twitter for your favorites, and these were some of your replies and my personal favorites, map by map. And these are all things you can do in your own games. On Cafe. On the first round of the first quarter final, W7M chose for an explosive attack on the dining site. They used Amaru up the freezer hatch and smoked off the corner next to the table to plant immediately. Elevate was definitely not expecting this. During that same game on Border, a Buck made a vertical angle in break room to kill someone underneath. They peeked through the passports, top windows, and this is a very clever angle utilized well. This execution by NIP was really nice, however, it didn't lead to a round win for them. They used the Yin Candelas through the bathroom drone hole here to blind the players in bathroom. Then they smoked the teller's window, jumped in and planted. They had a glass outside the window to cover the plant. And a very important part of this round is that the glass then went on rappel and used as bearing 9 to stop defenders from disabling the diffuser. This has to be one of my favorite drone spots, or even Mozzie drone spots, from now on. If you hop onto the mezzanine balcony with your drone, then onto this door frame, you can jump up just a bit higher and then onto the AC unit. It's a great drone to give callouts on office hallway and waiting room. On Villa, phase through Candelas down the skylight into the bomb site. They then used Osa's shield to plant on concrete next to the bedroom door. And I personally love this angle from Static on Chalet on the coffee machine in office. He used a keep a barrier on the side of that coffee machine towards the breach to have a safe spot to peek the breach from. And maybe you've seen this before on Clubhouse, but you can sit on the bedroom cabinets in Clubhouse. You can put a bulletproof cam here or hide on the cabinets until people walk by. You'll have to punch a TV there, and that might work best with Amaru's punch. And those are all your favorites and mine from the Berlin Major. Let me know in the comments down below if you saw any other cool tricks during the Major. Let's try and help each other for our ranked games. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Your support is really appreciated. I have lots of other educational videos, such as these 15 easy siege tips, or this video with all the changes coming in Brutal Swarm. Thank you so much for watching, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.